Hey you guys, welcome to the Trail and Travel channel. My name's Erica, and today we are wrapping up the Iceland road trip. I know, crazy. I can't believe it's coming to a close. This video is going to entail the south coast of Iceland. This is a pretty large, vast area, and I want to give you as much information and insight on what you can experience here because it is a lot. This is another really touristy and popular areas of Iceland. At the end, I'm also going to give you a little bit of information on the Blue Lagoon, which we did experience, but you're gonna have to watch to the end to find out. So we started the South Coast experience coming from the Greenhouse Hotel, like I had mentioned in the previous video. We made all kinds of stops, checking out different waterfalls, and soaking up the South Coast. This waterfall is called Urita Foss. After exploring a couple different waterfalls, we started to head further down the south coast, and we came across some pretty popular waterfalls in this area. However, we found some that were a little bit off the beaten path that were absolutely stunning. We're getting soaked! But that did not stop us from having a great time. We happened to be the only ones there experiencing them and checking them out, so we had a blast doing so. We were able to walk underneath this waterfall, and it was pretty amazing. So much water was pouring from this waterfall. These waterfalls were absolutely beautiful. Once we were just about tired of being soaked, we decided to head back to the car and try to make our way to Thor's Mork. This is also called Thor's Canyon. This is a very remote area, and it's actually pretty hard to access it. There are several river crossings and about 30, maybe more kilometers to get to this canyon, so it's a pretty remote place. We did our best to get there, but after about the second river crossing, we got a little bit nervous and decided to turn back. We were in the Jimny, and we weren't sure if it was actually capable of going through deep water, so we decided to turn back at this point, but we enjoyed this area. It was absolutely stunning. On the way back, we decided to stop and explore some different waterfalls that we saw, and it was just completely beautiful. From there, we made our way down the road just a little bit towards Skogafoss. This was the first time we visited Skogafoss, and we had the dark skies and the rainy weather, which was really nice and beautiful. There were not as many people visiting Skogafoss on this day, so it was kind of fun to experience it. It's one of the most iconic waterfalls in Iceland, so it is a very, very high traffic waterfall. You will see so many people. You can not only walk up to the bottom of the waterfall, but you can walk up and around and experience other waterfalls further up the river. I highly recommend checking this out. Yes, it's very touristy, but it is incredible. We spent multiple days on the south coast, so I'm moving into what we experienced the next day. We started this day by going down to the basalt columns. This day was so insanely windy. When we got down to the basalt columns, it took everything we possibly had to not be blown away in the wind. And it was kind of crazy to experience it like this, but honestly, it was amazing as well. As the waves were crashing on the beach, you got this insane water explosion as the wind tore up the waves. You had these beautiful basalt rocks, and it was amazing. It was so windy, but it was amazing. From here, we decided to go check out the lighthouse that is in this area. It is up on the hill in the opposite direction from Vic and from the basalt columns. But it was incredible, also extremely windy, so we did not spend too much time here. But you really get to see this beautiful sea cliff arch, and it is worth checking out. You get this incredible view of the coastline and the waves crashing on the beach, and I just highly recommend checking it out. It's a cool spot. You can see so far if the weather is nice. After that, we decided to go to a black sand beach that was inside Vic and just explore and have a good time there. At this point, the wind was dying down just a little bit, so we were able to actually enjoy the black sand beach. We got our hands in the water and yeah, just enjoyed the beautiful area. Some of the clouds were parting at this point, so we could actually see the beautiful mountains located right behind Vic. We also went to Yoda Cave and explored that for a little bit. From the inside and the outside of the cave, it kind of looks like Yoda. I recommend checking out Yoda Cave. It's just outside of Vic and it's kind of a cool little spot. From there, we decided to make our way to a multi-million-year-old canyon. I'm gonna put a link in the description below. I highly recommend checking it out. It is absolutely beautiful. There is a river running through it, and if you hike all the way up towards the back, you get to see this waterfall and the crystal clear blue water, and it's just amazing. So I definitely recommend checking it out. Our plan on this day was actually to travel all the way down to Hof and stay there for the night. However, our plans got shut down when the wind coming off the glacier was so extreme that it would throw the cars off the road. So the local police actually shut down the road, which was extremely unfortunate and put us in a stressful situation where we had to try to find a place to stay last minute that night. So luckily we were able to find a place near Skogafoss, and it was called the Skogafoss Hotel. This is not a fancy hotel by any means, but we were just happy to find a place to stay last minute that night. This also opened the opportunity for us to shoot the Northern Lights at Skogafoss, and this was absolutely incredible. There were so many photographers there shooting the Northern Lights over this iconic waterfall, and it was just stunning. It was one of the most amazing experiences I had shooting the Northern Lights there. Because our plans got ruined going all the way out to Hof, we were not able to do the kayaking in the glacier lagoon, which I was pretty devastated about. So we decided to hike the glacier that is just outside of the city of Vic. So we did a tiny little glacier walk. Shortly after the glacier walk, we decided to check into our hotel early. We stayed at the Umi Hotel, and I cannot say enough good things about the Umi Hotel. This place is absolutely incredible. The rooms are fairly standard, maybe a little bit larger than your normal hotel room. However, the location and the experience that we had there was just phenomenal. We just spent some time walking around, enjoying the beach and each other's company, and it was just a blast. Dinner was absolutely incredible. We were the only two in the restaurant, and we had this beautiful view of the sun setting over the ocean. This was our third and final night of shooting the Northern Lights. I wanted to add in a couple different extra parts here that aren't exactly on the south coast. but I didn't feel like they were immense and big enough to really have their own video. So for the last day, we ended up staying in the area near the airport. This day we decided to go to Blue Lagoon and explore what that area has to offer. As we decided to stop at some geothermal activity areas and check them out, and oh my gosh, the sulfur smell was incredibly strong. We headed to our reservation at the Blue Lagoon. Now, if you've ever heard of Iceland or seen pictures of Iceland, most likely you've seen pictures of this Blue Lagoon. And I have to say, this Blue Lagoon is really, really hyped up. It was cool, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed it, it was cool. They take you through multiple face masks. They had a sauna. They did have a steam room there as well. They do also recommend that you put your hair up and that you don't get your hair in the water. I guess the silicone in the water will really damage your hair and dry it out pretty bad. We did enjoy it. However, I feel like the hype surrounding it is just a little bit more than what you actually get there. Last night we stayed at this little harbor view cabin where we got this beautiful view of the harbor and just relaxed. We flew out the next morning. We had such an incredible, amazing experience in Iceland, so we were a little bit sad to leave. The way back from Iceland took about 20 hours. It is a lot of travel to get out to Iceland, but it is so worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. All right, you guys, that is going to wrap up my Iceland road trip series and videos and all the things. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I would recommend anybody to travel to Iceland. It's just incredible. If you are an outdoorsy person, Iceland is an amazing place for you to see. If you liked this video or any of my Iceland videos, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below which part of this video was your favorite. What did you like seeing the most? Remember to subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my adventures. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.